So, hello, my beloved classmate. So, we're all from Group 4, and we're responsible for Part 4 related to religions in Asia, which Group 3 had present some of it. And now we're gonna continue lecturing you all more about it. But before we start, I would like to introduce my team to you all. So, myself, my name is Chai Wanjot, and I also got Tida, Rajana, Lip Heng, and Sakada. And before we start, we want to show you all our table of contents, which includes the Buddha, which I will cover.
And Buddhism, I will be covering 2 points, which are the spread of Buddhism in India and Buddhism splits.
And I'll be covering the Buddhism too, the last part of it, the decline of Buddhism in India.
For me, I was responsible for the spread of Buddhism to the rest of the Asia.
And for me, I will be covering the last part, which is Shintoism.
Okay, so I don't want to waste much time. Let's get started. So I'm gonna cover about the story of Buddha. I'm gonna start off with the birth and the early life, which starts from 563 BCE until 483 BCE. Okay, so Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, was born in Lumbini, which is now in Nepal, into the royal Shakya clan and was raised in Kapilavastu, which is the capital of Shakya kingdom. And according to legend, he was born with the ability to walk and talk, and a prophecy was made that he would either become a great king or a great spiritual leader. So now move on to his parents. His father, King Suddhodana, was the leader of the Shakya, who lived in an oligarchic republic with their capital at Kapilavastu. And his father always wanted him to become a great and a powerful ruler. So he kept Siddhartha within the luxury of the palace, shielding him from every suffering. And for his mom, Queen Maya, Maya was the queen of Shakya and the birth mother of Gautama, which is the Buddha. She was the wife of Suddhodana, the king of the Shakya kingdom, and the father of Siddhartha Gautama. The sad thing about her is that she passed away days after giving birth to Siddhartha Gautama, and Siddhartha Gautama was later raised by her sister, who became the first Buddhist nun ordained by the Buddha. So now move on to Siddhartha Gautama's family. Siddhartha Gautama was married to his own cousin, Yasodhara, and they even had a son named Rahula. So Rahula, the only son of Siddhartha Gautama and Princess Yasodhara, was born on the day of his father's renunciation and later became a Buddhist monk alongside with his father. So what made him renounce his royal life? And the reason is the foresights. So one day, Siddhartha Gautama asked the driver of his chariot to drive him out of the palace. The first thing he saw was an old man. The old man made him realize that aging was inevitable. And the second thing he saw was a sick man. The sick man made him understood that illness is a part of life. And later on, he saw a dead man, or a corpse. So it made him understood that death is unavoidable. You can avoid it, you can escape from it, and you're gonna face it. So last thing he saw was a wandering ascetic, which is a man who seeks truth beyond material life. And that sight gave him hope that there was a path to overcome suffering. So these encounters, these experiences deeply affected him. At just 29 years old, he renounced his royal life, left his wife and son, and decided to become an ascetic in search of the enlightenment. So now I'm going to move on to asceticism and meditation, which is the time that after he renounced his royal life and seek enlightenment. Okay, so Siddhartha sought enlightenment by studying under various teachers and practicing severe asceticism. He believed that by denying himself the pleasures of life, he could transcend suffering. However, after years of fasting and meditation, he realized that extreme asceticism was not the answer, as it weakened his body and his mind. As you can see in this picture, the left one, his body was very skinny. In Khmer we call it a spite tapchang. Okay, so now move on to the Enlightenment. So, at the age of 35, Siddhartha sat under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, vowing not to rise until he had found the truth. So, after meditating for 45 days, he finally achieved the enlightenment. And after he achieved the enlightenment, Buddha became known. He became known as the Buddha. Means that he is the enlightenment one, the chosen one. And during that time, he also realized that the core teachings of Buddhism is about the Four Noble Truths. So, what are the truths? So, the first truth is that life is pain and suffering. The second truth is that pain and suffering are the result of selfish desires. The third truth says that there will be no pain and suffering if people decide to give up their desire. And the last truth explains how to give up desire. So, the way to eliminate suffering or to give up desire is through the Eightfold Path or the Middle Path. So, as you can see in this picture, a wheel. So you see a wheel. So the wheel represents the middle path, also known as the Eightfold Path. So each spoke of the wheel represents one of the 8 rules in the middle path. So the first rule is right understanding. The second rule was right resolve. The third one was right speech. The fourth one is right action. The fifth one is right living. The sixth one is right effort. The seventh one is right mindfulness. And the last one is right meditation. And every Buddhist call this kind of teaching about the Four Noble Truths and the middle path Dharma. They call it Dharma. Okay, so for the next 45 years after he finally achieved the enlightenment, Buddha traveled across northern India, teaching others to the path to enlightenment. So as you can see in this picture, he gained a lot of followers and learners, including monks, nuns, and even king. Okay, now move on to Buddha's death. So Buddha passed away at 80 years old in Kushinagar, India. His death is referred to as parinirvana, which marks the final liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, which is also known as samsara. And before his death, he also gave his final teachings to his follower to continue to seek the truth and also to strive for self-realization. And for Buddha's death, it also teaches every Buddhist that even the enlightened one, even the chosen one, is not immortal. He also experiences the cycle of life, which is birth, death, and rebirth, the samsara. Which means that he is also a human. He's just like us. He's just like us, human. And even if you're the most powerful, even if you're better than everyone, you're gonna die anyway. You can't escape death. Death is unavoidable. So don't brag about it. And his last word was, all conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence. The meaning is simple. All conditioned things are impermanent means that nothing is last forever. And strive on with diligence means that since you know that nothing is last forever, try to live your life wisely. Put effort into it. Live your life to the best. Live your life happy. And in my word, I would say that YOLO, you only live once. So do what you want to do. Don't care about others people's word. Yeah. So the story of Buddha is covered. I'm gonna pass the floor to my teammate, my group mate, to continue lecturing you guys more about Buddhism. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Hilswantide and I will be covering 2 main points in Buddhism. which are the spread of Buddhism in India and Buddhism splits. The spread of Buddhism in India. Buddhism became popular due to its modern ideas, opposing the caste system and simplifying religious teachings. And Emperor Asoka played a key role in spreading Buddhism beyond India. Buddhism was against the caste system and the special position of Brahmins. Buddha's teachings spread to the rest of India and to other lands as well. Emperor Asoka was one of the most important rulers. 200 years after Buddha's death, Asoka changed Buddhism from a small sect to a world religion. He built Buddhist temples and sanghas, which are monastic communities. His laws were based on the teachings of Buddha. He sent missionaries to many lands like Himalayan, Tamil kingdoms, Syria, Egypt, and Greece. And lastly, he organized a meeting in Pataliputra to compile Buddhist scriptures. Buddhism split. Over time, disagreements emerged on how to interpret Buddha's teachings. Buddhism did not remain united for long like all religions. Buddhism split into two main branches, like Theravada Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism. Theravada Buddhism. Theravada Buddhism strictly follows Buddha's example, require monks to give up worldly life, wear yellow robes, take vows to remain unmarried, and to live very simply. Focus on meditate to attain enlightenment or Buddhahood. And lastly is Mahayana Buddhism. Mahayana is the group of Buddhists that wanted to make the religion easier for a larger number of people to follow. They claim that it was not necessary for a Buddha to become a monk or a nun in order to reach Buddhahood. They encourage ordinary people who led a good life could also attain enlightenment. It was not necessary to pursue nirvana as the only goal in life. Those who reach Buddhahood need not leave this world. They could stay behind to help others reach Buddhahood. They introduce bodhisattvas, or future Buddhas, as enlightened beings who postpone their own Buddhahood to assist others. So that's all for my part. I would like everyone to listen to my group mates who will represent their part in the next slide.
Hello everyone, my name is Chumsa Sagda and I'll be cover the decline of Buddhism in India. Although Buddhism is originated in India, but it is now practiced by very few Indians. The cause of this is there are two key reasons for the decline. One is the corruption of Buddhism. Over time, popular Buddhism changed a lot from its original form. It became more focused on rituals, charm, and magics, which led to corruption and a loss of its original values. And at the same time, the number two key reason, the rise of Hinduism. Hinduism was evolving and it began to developing and improving more. It began it began to address many of the concerns that had pushed people toward Buddhism in the first place. Hinduism became more inclusive and started to spread its teachings widely through stories and song, even to remotest villages. It was also moving toward being a one god religion, which appealed to many people. As a result, Hinduism gained more followers and Buddhism gradually declined in India. And today, although it's big, Buddhism began in India, it's been Buddhism is now practiced more in other Asian countries than India.